machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content, like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live. Thanks to our sponsors, Everards, Barlow Blinds, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hollogram, Take Me, Newby Co, and the Foxes Arms and Rainbows. We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to Leicester Fan TV for another Foxes Focus show. It's Thursday. We have a game coming up. Not quite Saturday, not quite Sunday. It is on Monday against promotion rivals Ipswich. Who would have thought we were saying that at the start of the season? But yeah, get your comments in. Let us know what you think to the game. Is it a 6-pointer? Is it going to be a 6-pointer? Let me know in the comments. We'll have Reedy on with us as well. And a couple others, and the link is in the chat as well, so if you want to come and join us, click the link. And as I said, this is the Foxes Focus show on Leicester Fan TV. So as I said, Ipswich. We've got Ipswich coming up. It doesn't feel too long ago when we played them. Reedy will have to tell me how many games ago it was. Was it like 4 games ago? That was it, something like that. Not long ago at all. We'll talk a little bit as well about our last game against Coventry, which ended a little bit, well, not as we thought. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll get onto that. I just want to bring some comments up first before we get into everything. So Mike is here. Hi Mike, thanks for joining. Nick as well. Nick, you always love jumping on, mate. Click the link and come and have a chat. I can see somebody's just joined below as well, so we'll get them on. But yeah, Nick, come and join us. Come and have a chat. I'll start with bringing in Reedy first. Two contrasting. I want to say, I don't know, positivity versus negativity. I'm always giving Reedy stick. We have, different views a lot of the time, but we'll bring him in now and see how he is. Hello, Reedy, mate. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, mate. All good. It's Thursday. One more day, one more day of the week, and then it's the weekend, So yeah, I mean, as I said, Reedy, obviously we quite often disagree on a lot of things, and we have different mindsets, I suppose, when it comes to games. But just so we can get out of the way, Coventry, how are you feeling now? It's been quite a few days. Are you kind of over it now, or are you still a bit like pissed off, basically?
I think on Phil's show when you were saying about what your thoughts were on it, and it's weird because in my eyes, I don't think we did deserve to win either way, because obviously we lost, but again, I think you said that we would have won the game if we were 11 men up still. I don't think we probably would have. I think we probably would have drew because we weren't playing the greatest. Coventry were the better team in that first half, even if we were 1-0 up. And like I say, if it was a different story, if we were 11 men and we drew the game, I probably would have said maybe we should have gone and won it. But again, Coventry have been eight games unbeaten, now 9, I think. So there's no doubt about it that it was going to be a tough game. I knew it wasn't going to be an easy game, but we move on now. And like I say, if we beat Ipswich on Monday, we're basically back into the same position as we were when we lost, before we even lost to Coventry. So we just got to make the Ipswich game count.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Coventry fans on social media, mate. Oh my God, I've seen memes of them like as pit bulls saying that the championship are scared of them and all of this. It's like, what? Well, each to their own, mate. Each to their own. 25 points, I think they're behind us, right? 25 points.
Yeah, like I say, when me and Phil were talking in the office, and even he said before the game, he went, "What's it matter? Even if they beat us, they get into the playoffs, but they're that far away from us. Realistically, we couldn't care less." But like I say, that's why this Ipswich game now is even bigger, because if you beat them, you just get the points gap you did have on them. So
Final question about Coventry, and then we can wrap it up. Should I can't remember who it was. The foul on Dewsbury Hall, red card.
it's the shake up between is Fatu's a red card. That for me is like it's unknown, but either way, you'd probably say it was fair. Like I say, it's a yellow card for the guy who took him out for Dewsbury Hall. It could have been a red, and then like I said, the Fatu one. When I first saw it, yes, it was a red, but looking back at stuff, would VAR have took it off? I don't know, but it is here or there.
I think VAR would have overturned that personally. But I think Fatu's was the one on Dewsbury Hall. I think it wasn't intentional because he went for the ball, right? He won the ball, but he followed through. But I think it was more dangerous when you actually see the contact, right? There was a higher risk of damage or injury, whatever, leg break, whatever. I think the Fatu one wasn't as dangerous when you look at it, in slow motion. But I mean, it was stupid, wasn't it? Like he just jumped. Yeah, it was wreck. So, but yeah. Anyway, let's. Andy Medhurst says both yellow cards. So, yeah, I suppose we got the penalty and we didn't really make it count, did we? Because we threw the game away. So that's it. Coventry done. Let's move on to Ipswich now. And before I get the other lads in, Reedy, initial thoughts, mate. Can you answer my question? How many games ago was it? Sorry,
I couldn't tell you the exact number, but it wasn't that many.
4 or 5.
The weirdest thing is we played Rotherham before we played Ipswich again. Ipswich the first time, I think. It was weird because we should have played all the teams first and then played them again, but we played Rotherham before we even played Ipswich, which is the weirdest part. So, but like I said, it wasn't that far ago.
So you, I mean, me, obviously, I'm always like confident, and it doesn't bother. It's really, mate. It's much better this way because now all week. I mean, last season I was dreading the weekend. I was dreading it every weekend.
I wish I was like you, but it's not me being negative. I always just see the cautious side of, like the Coventry game. I'm pretty sure, in your words, was saying, "Oh, we were going to win it. We're going to win the game easily 3-0." It's like I
didn't actually say that about the Coventry game. You made that up. It was about the Millwall game in the cup.
Oh, okay.
I said that, but I did think we would easily win. Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's here or there. Any game can be hard. Like I said, the whole game, I didn't think we would lose that, but we did. So even if we lose 1 or 2, your moral and your kind of mentality saying of we'll win enough games to end the season and get stay up. Of course we'll. But again, we will lose games here or there that maybe we don't deserve to lose, or the games that we do deserve, but we do deserve to lose, but we will win other games that will just, like I say, if we beat Ipswich, it would make no difference, will it? So
yeah, I mean, I know Jake Holloway wasn't too happy when I think I put a message in the chat saying something along the line. This is like 2 hours after the game. I was like, oh well, on to the next one. Let's go and win, or let's go and beat in front of the 10 games. Happy days. And I don't think but and I understand. Like I said, this time last year, I'd be fuming for days, but I'm just over it now. I'm like, right, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, let's get a couple people in. We've got enough room on the screen for 2 more, I reckon. So I'll start with Chris. Let's get Chris in. Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All good, mate. All good. And we'll get Nick in as well. Hello, Nick.
Hello, mate. You all right?
All good, thanks, mate. How's your week been? Both of you all right?
Yeah, came and went kind of week so far.
Yeah, nice. Chris?
Yeah,
over the result.
I'm starting the sort of quest to lose weight, and I lost 6 pounds in my first week. So
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I would normally say a joke saying how much out your pocket, but fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you, mate.
Just before we get on to anything, I've just seen a comment here. Scott says, "Reedy, can you confidently say we are staying up this season?"
I didn't mean to say that. I just said that I think we'll get enough points to go up. I didn't mean to stay up, but yeah. I either way, I honestly do think we will go up, clearly, but again, there is going to be games like the Coventry game it's going to happen, and we just got to let it happen, really.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, coming to you first, there's a comment here, just on the topic of going up. David says, would you say 10 wins out of the last 19 would be enough? I think that's enough to go up for sure. What was that? That would take us to 95 points, or we're on 65 now, right? So
Yeah.
95 points. I mean normally that's enough to go up. But yeah, what do you think to Dave's question?
I think it'll all be done and dusted by Easter. To be perfectly honest,
When's Easter? Is that April? Middle of April? Is it? Or
I think it's early this year, isn't it?
oh
But
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
said
I think
March.
it's the last week of March.
yeah,
I
I
said
think it'll all be done and dusted. And I've said it since September, October, when people are still talking about Ipswich. Ipswich ain't going to be there by that point. It's Leeds and Southampton we've got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
not Coventry.
oh, come off of it, like.
I'm joking.
You know what? As silly as it sounds, right? They've probably got the DVD in the club shop already and stuff, and that'll probably keep them afloat for another 5 years because the Saddos will keep on buying it.
It was like, do you remember when Warsaw beat us in Europe 2 years ago, and they had the t-shirts, so they had the t-shirts out like full time went, and they were out with the victory t-shirts against Leicester, which was mad. But
Horrible club of horrible fans. Let them get on with it.
Yeah, all the people watching this back, I mean, there'll be Coventry fans in the comments now giving you a bit of abuse.
Hey, you're the like. I don't agree
with
with those banners, what they did on Saturday. I do not agree with one bit.
Absolutely
Gummy.
What are you saying, Chris?
We were absolutely robbed. I'm sorry. Both challenges were red cards, in my opinion. Both of them. So I think it should have been 10 men each. And had it been that way, there's no way we'd have lost 3-1. No chance.
Really disagrees. I want to not
really
talk
disagrees
about
with
Cov
a lot
now,
of things I say. So
yeah, I know.
I'm used to that.
Yeah, no, let's leave Cov there. Just coming to you now, Chris. I mean, do you think 10 wins, 95 points? I mean, that's got to be enough in it to go up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're gonna get an easy win on Monday. And
you love your easy word, don't you?
Win. Yeah, that's my catchphrase, easy win. So no, I think I genuinely do believe we'll win the next 10, and that'll be enough. I kind of agree that we'll probably be up by March.
Well, I mean, Reedy, I know you were watching the show on Monday. I mentioned at the end the little stat. 19 games left, 13 wins. Beats the point record. And I know people can say, "Oh, well, I'm not worried. We're not thinking about the points record." No, but I am, right? I'm thinking about the points record because I think the league's already done. So, points record. Tell me, do you see it happening? 13 wins out of 90. I mean, that's only 6 games dropping points. We've averaged that all season. So, do you think we can do it now? Are you starting? I don't want to say you're starting to believe, but do you think we could do it? What are the chances that we could do that?
It's difficult because as much as I think we can do it, there's going to be games, and there's tougher games coming now. Like I said, we've played all the I would say the easy games. You played Leeds at home. Now you've got to play them away. You obviously have played Southampton away, and we beat them, but you've still got Southampton home. Obviously, everyone's going to keep playing each other, but I don't know. I'd like to say I think we would, because we have shown that we've won majority of the games this season. But 13 out of 19 is quite a tough ask for most teams, and obviously I know we're not most teams, but to only lose 7 out of 19 is, again.
But we've dropped points in 6 games so far.
Oh no.
So far we've played 27, and there's 6 games we haven't won.
No, I get that, and I think if we consistently do what we've done from the start of the season, I think yes. But from now onwards, we obviously haven't got the AFCON players. We've got a few more injuries involved. We are losing out here now, and as much as I think we still will win games, it's going to be tougher for us anyways. The next month or two, anyway.
I hear what people are saying about Southampton, to be fair, and yeah, Leeds don't even bother me. Leeds don't bother me, if I'm honest, and I'm not just saying that
once we can do it again.
Well, I'm just thinking not the individual game. I'm on about I can't believe I'm saying this because I think we've won the league already personally. However, my point is they're the only team that I think could get close to us.
Who,
Personally.
Southampton?
Because I think Leeds are too inconsistent. I think they'll lose more, many more games, maybe 3, 4, 5 more games this season. Southampton Southampton have got a very, very good squad, and things didn't start well with Russell Martin, but he's turned it around clearly. So they're playing well. I mean, Nick, are you worried? I mean, I know you said you think things will be wrapped up as well, but is there any doubt in your mind that Southampton somehow might pip us to the title?
They won't pip us to the title, Locks. While we were while we were putting points on the board early doors, they would do. And like you say, Leeds can, they've got a self-destruct button in them. But I honestly think it's all wrapped up. And like I say, I think it'll be done by Easter, end of March. I think it'll all be sorted. But the biggest concern for me is we need to be looking realistically at what we're going to be doing next season. Because, yes, it's okay smashing points records in the Championship. The hard work starts in the summer when we've got the Premier League to get back to. Look at Burnley last season. Burnley smashed it last season, and look at them this season. They feel like they've won the lottery if they get a point, let alone 3 points. We can't go in with that mentality that just because we've smashed the Championship, that the Premier League is going to be a piece of cake, because we know it's not. It's a hard league to get out of, and and stay in.
Yeah, absolutely right. So last time we played Ipswich, it was the Boxing Day. We went 1-0 up and we conceded a 93rd minute equaliser. Is it Sam Morsey, I believe, something like that. I don't know if either of you can remember too well the game. I mean, how you thought we played back then, but do you think? I mean, personally, do you think we've improved? I don't think we've improved since then. We haven't improved. I think we're just at our level now. Yeah. I think we're just at the same level now that we will continue to the end of the season. Ipswich, have they improved? Definitely not, in my eyes. Have they even, fallen off a little bit? It looks like they might have, just a little bit. So, Nick, how confident are you going into this game?
It depends on what mentality we actually turn up with on Monday. If we go with the mentality like we did against Cov last, I know I keep saying Cov, but if we go in with that mentality, we won't get anything. Norwich proved against Ipswich a couple of games before we actually played them that if you get at them, they crumble. And that's what we need to do. 1 minute, go for them and watch them crumble. The King Power in my opinion, needs to rock. Get behind them, let loose cannon. And I honestly think we could, on a day, we've been saying it all season, somebody is going to get smashed by us, a 5-0. We've been saying it all season and it's not happened yet. Why can't it be against Ipswich?
Well, remember when Leeds smashed Ipswich? Yeah. The game before we played. I don't think that helped us, by the way, at that time.
I think Plymouth was a smash from us.
Not a proper smash, Chris. I'm on about like where we
the second half smash
out and we keep going right from minute 1, and the same with the second half. We just keep we'll crumble.
Leeds were what, 3-0 up before half time?
Yeah,
like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you call a completely supposed smash.
Batter them. They will crumble, and we've got the players to do it. Even the ones that are still fit, they are more than capable. We've got Vardy back in training now.
Yeah,
what's not to say Vardy can't be back? Exactly. What's not to say he's on the bench? I mean, what a player to have on the bench to come on in like last 10, 15 minutes when they're knackered. You bring on the goat.
No. Start him.
Yeah. Well, no, you
can't
goat
all day long.
Can't start the goat, Chris. Come on. I mean, as much as I love Vardy is my hero. He is brilliant, but he's had a significant amount of time on the sidelines because he's been, injured. You can't throw him into that. Just let loose cannon. And then bring Vardy. Because otherwise, you run the risk of him getting more injured for longer.
Well, let's go to you, Reedy. I mean, do you start? I would as well. Do you start Cannon or do you throw Vardy in there if he is ready, if he is fit?
I think Cannon does start. I think I prefer Vardy on the bench because you've seen what he does when he comes on in games more than what he starts. Yes, he scored a few goals while he started games, but when we had the Kel and Vardy switch around a lot of the time at the start of the season, you saw them score a lot more whoever came off the bench. So I would much prefer Vardy off the bench. And in my honest opinion, and people are going to disagree with me, I don't think Cannon is our number one at the moment. Obviously, in my opinion, when Daka's back, I think he will be hopefully the man to start. Again, people are saying that, but when he first got that running in the 6 games, he did start scoring. So is it unfair for him to come back and not get back into the team again? I don't know. But
as far as I'm concerned with Daka, he's got to work. He's gone away to the African, represents his country. Fair enough. He's got to work his way back into that starting.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
No, I mean, let's be fair. The Zambian mafia think he's like the Lionel Messi.
Hey, Reedy's the
Great Congo yesterday, did they? He didn't score.
Reedy's the
He got an assist. He got an assist though. I keep on.
From a throw-in, Reedy.
I don't care. I'm taking it.
I was going to say,
Called Goat would have got a hat trick against Congo. Reader, you could have got a hat trick against bloody Congo.
Reedy is actually the admin of the
president of the
fan club.
He's the director of it. Honestly, he's like the CEO of it.
I'm just saying though, like I say, Cannon's doing well. Obviously, the reason Daka came in was because Vardy and Iheanacho were injured and Cannon wasn't ready. But at least we've now, obviously, when they come back, we do have a choice of who we start because they have been scoring. Other than Vardy, who we'll have to see if he starts scoring when he does get back into the team. I don't know, but at the moment, you have to start Cannon while we've only got him really available.
I personally think it should be the Goat and Cannon up front. Put them both up front.
If you know Leicester, mate, that's never happening.
It's not happening.
I know that, but I'm sorry that we should be doing that because I'm sorry, Cannon. We said
mate,
that
we've
goal,
won 21 games
from Cannon
this season.
Was a Vardy-esque goal. They would set each other up properly.
We've won 21 games this season with one striker. Come on. Let's not get on to changing tactics and stuff now. Chris, Dewsbury Hall. Enzo said today he's a doubt. When I hear someone's a doubt for a game in 4 days, that means he's not playing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Who should come in? Because it's Cassaday who's been there instead of Ndidi recently. So you'd imagine Cassaday's going to play. Who's going to go alongside him? Is it going to be Atgun? Is it going to be Dennis Pratt? Is Dennis Pratt fit? Is he? He's made of glass. I think he's injured as well. From what I think. So who's it going to be? Is it just Atgun, McAteer? What do you think?
I mean, I'd love for it to be McAteer personally, but whether it will be,
because we've got Fasaru suspended for 3 games.
1 year, 1 year Marcel.
He's had a long time, hasn't he?
I know he's no good, but yeah.
So it'll probably be, but no, I would definitely have McAteer all day long. McAteer has been seriously good. So
are you saying McAteer in the middle or on the wide?
I'm saying in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played there. He's played there once or twice.
There's rumours linking him with Everton.
And Spurs.
No, I'm not joking. There's rumours going to Everton.
Why would you want to go? Why would you want to go to a club that potentially will be relegated just purely on points deduction?
Yeah, but if the right money comes in. I don't care what anybody says. We're still struggling on the financial fair play side of things. And if McAteer does go, that's pure profit because he's come from the academy and stuff like that. So, and if we want that Sensi lad from Inter, Enzo's come out and said we've got to sell before we can bring anybody in.
Yeah, I mean, there was an Italian journalist last night who said that Leicester are looking to sell Suter.
He's very. I think Enzo's very adamant on wanting to get this Sensi, but I don't. Yeah. I honestly can't. I can't see him getting him.
Everything's all in place near enough for us to do it.
Supposedly somebody else is putting an offer for Sensi. So,
what did you say, Chris?
I said I maybe it's just rumours. I don't know, but I've actually seen. On social media that somebody else has put in an offer for Sensi in case we can't get him over the line.
Yeah, I think it will happen. I think it will happen. I know they're saying about sales are needed, but I don't know. I reckon if we can get someone out on loan again, we might be able to squeeze him somehow. I don't. We don't know the ins and outs yet of the FFP.
I would say
It does,
get rid of Cassidy, end the loan for Cassidy. That way,
Agreed.
send
it
him
ain't
back
gonna
to-
happen.
Agreed.
That way we've got space.
It ain't
I
gonna
do-
happen
I do that
because.
and that gun because I've not been impressed with either of them.
Well, I'd get rid of Atkin. I don't think we'll get rid of Cassidy. I agree with what you're saying, Cassidy, and I was the same literally 2 weeks ago, right? I've done a little U-turn because I thought he was one of the worst players I've ever seen 2 weeks ago. But you do see little bits, and my whole mentality up to a couple of weeks ago was, well, we ain't going to sign him permanently, so why aid his development? You know, why aid his development if we're not going to have him anyway? However, I think it's numbers. I mean, look at us now, right? We've got Dewsbury all
need
out on
him.
Monday, so who would have, you know, we would have had no one. We would have had someone from the academy playing if so. I think he will be
Remember
kept,
that.
and I
Our
think
academy's brilliant.
one of the main reasons that Cassidy will stay as well is because Venzo. He's not going to kick out one of his, you know, fellow Italians and end that early. But anyway, so let's just very quickly talk about Sensi. I mean, the deal is meant to be only £2 million, right? And I'm seeing some people say, some people I've seen say, I've never heard of him. He can't be good. And some people have said he's always injury prone. Look, I know this is a championship now and not the Premier League, but 2 million's pretty risk-free, isn't it, these days? Come on.
That's a bargain. It's a bargain.
Again,
Take it all day long.
I've looked at him on, like I say, the transfer market, and a few years ago he was going for like 30 mil. This guy was in good form when he was in 2019 or something. The only reason he's really dropped in price is because of his injury. And all I'd say is, look at Ricardo now. We all said, oh, what if he gets injured? What if this? He's been consistently solid and rarely got injured. Once a player gets back into a team and plays constantly, I don't think he will get injured as much. You just need to give him a chance. And for 2 million, you might as well snap someone's hand off for that, as long as you can get someone out the door.
He's out of contract in the summer as well, so you know that's it. That's what.
But he could go to someone bigger then if you don't get him.
You know, that's what exactly, and that's what we should have done with some of our players, like Yuri Tillemans, for example, Jose Perez. They all went on a freebie in the summer. At least we could have got a few million for them, but you know, it wouldn't have been so bad. But we literally took it on everyone.
I miss a Yossi. I do. I miss a Yossi.
I liked him. He was one of the better skillful.
He weren't rubbish, Nick. He weren't rubbish.
What, he had one good game against the 9-0 against Southampton.
No, he's a good. I mean, he used to rip us apart when he played for Newcastle.
Don't forget. He set Tielemans up for the FA Cup. Don't forget that.
One sec, Chris. Go on, Nick.
The Newcastle fans were laughing their heads off, bit like what we did.
Yeah.
When we gave Man United Maguire for the obscene money that we charged them, Newcastle saw 30 million for Jose Perez. But hey, right, let's go and get some Newcastle Brown down the quayside. They were laughing their heads off.
I agree, the price was way too much, but I'm saying as a player, I think in this role now, in that advanced 8 role in this system, he would have fit that perfectly. But anyway,
there's a few players that people don't rate because of their performances. For me, out of all the positions, I honestly think he's one of the more skillful players when it comes to getting into the box, and I honestly think he would have been suited this role. And like every time I see Betis score now, it seems to really be him. So
yeah, I think he's got I think he's had a bad injury recently as well. But
to me, I only set up Tielemans for our FA Cup winning goal. So I'm sorry that.
What, the handball?
Yes, he did.
What, the handball?
Tielemans for the FA Cup goal. All right, admittedly with his leg and then his arm, but even still, he set up Tielemans. I'm sorry, he assisted that goal. You can't really have a pop for that.
Bad players can have a good game. I mean, Luke Thomas was a monster that day. Now look at him.
He was a monster against Liverpool as well when we beat them 1-0.
He can't even get a game at Sheffield United.
All right.
Well,
just whilst we're on the topic of transfer, I mean, Luke Thomas, I don't see anyone actually spending money on him personally. I think he is. I got a bit of stick for this like a couple of weeks ago. I think he is really, sorry to swear, shit. Right? Really.
No, he is a bit hell on the head.
It's hard because when we were in the Premier League, we said that he needs a Championship loan. He needs to go down to a Championship team and get some more game time. But then we came down and he somehow went back up.
Yeah, that was weird. But
it's-
do you see him going, Nick? Do you see him, doing well in the Championship maybe for another team? Not for us. I know we wouldn't because of the way we play, the system we play. He's not going to play in that left centre back, left-sided centre back role. I mean, Sunderland, I've seen a linked with him. Very loosely linked with him. I mean, do you think this is his level, or do you think like League One? But I think this level would be okay for him. But
I think he could get level certainly, but I think he's not going to be here come the beginning of February because,
wow,
as far as I'm aware, there's not a place in the squad available to. And let's be fair, we're not going to be paying him the money he's on to play in under 21s football, are we?
Well, there's a place for him if we don't sign Sensi because Iverson's gone. So there is one place.
I can't say it. I think he'll.
No, I agree.
Whether he'll go back on loan again to another club, I don't know.
Well, I don't think any team in the Premier League will be looking at him again after seeing what happened at Sheffield United. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, Leeds were linked with him as well in the summer. Leeds were linked with him, and then they went for the right back, Jed Spence instead. So yeah. Anyway, finally, score predictions and stuff like that for Ipswich. So, like I said earlier, 1-1 last time out. Do you think, because the way I look at the Coventry game was like, it kind of feels like the Arsenal game in 15-16, where we had that, bad ending to the game. And the Ranieri kind of gave them like a week off, which, I mean, it looks like the players have had a few days off. They've been here, there and everywhere. Do you think, it's a nice break in between games, a bit of a refresh? Do you think that, I think the players will be back ready, wanting to win Monday. So I'm going to say 2-0. And I'll say something like maybe, Cannon with a goal. Chris, just overall thoughts on how you think the game will go, and then give me a score prediction.
As I say, it'd be an easy win, because I think we've got them at the right time. The goat's back, so I really think it could be a good. I was going to say 3-0, but due to the fact that we can't seem to keep a clean sheet, I'll actually go 3-1.
Okay, Nick.
It depends on what mentality they come out with. If they go out with the same mentality as the previous game, then we'll be lucky if we get a point. If they do what I'm hoping they do,
they'll learn from that.
I hope so, Chris. I hope so, because you can't go into the rest of the season with that mentality, because you may as well just lay down. There was no fight in the team whatsoever last week. If we go in, like I say, all guns blazing from minute one, get at them, I reckon we're all done. 5-0. I really do.
Ooh.
No, hear me out, lots. I do.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Because Norwich has proved it against them. And Leeds has done it as well. When you get at them, they crumble. They don't. They're not. They're not ready for the scrap. They do crumble. And let's be fair, they're 1 or 2 injuries away, and that's their season done, because they haven't got the depth whatsoever at all in that squad. Whereas teams like us, Southampton, Leeds, we do have that. That's what will carry us over. So honestly, I think we could do them 5-0. But it all depends on what Enzo says to them and what mentality they've got when they step out on the line at the KP.
Well, let's not forget Enzo isn't on the touchline as well, right?
Be on the touchline, but talk to him in the dressing room before and at half time and everything, and G him up and whatnot.
You see, I saw some. He's not allowed in there at half time, I heard.
Well, he's not. Why would he not be allowed there at half time? He's not.
I know what you're saying, but apparently that is someone find out and let us know. But I believe that he's not allowed in there at half time, because I remember hearing a story about Mourinho where he got a touchline ban and he had to be snuck in to the changing room in a kitman box. Now, I don't know if the rules are still the same. It definitely used to be the rule, and I did see somebody comment on Twitter the other day. But regardless, anyway,
I wonder if that's how he Roma on Monday when he got sacked.
yeah. All right then. Cheers, Chris. Cheers, Nick. I'm sure we'll see you on the weekend anyway as part of Jamie's show at some point. So catch you in a bit, boys.
Good, guys, take care.
Right. Max, I mean, what are you talking about, bro? Come on, who are you talking to? The level of delusion. If it was Nick saying 5-0, then yeah, fair enough. Even I wouldn't say that. But yeah, anyway. Just a quick one here. Tomahawk Eye said, I heard that KDH has an injury, so that he won't be playing the game against Ipswich. He looked really tired recently as well, really, because of how many games he was playing. Was it the cup game against Millwall where he came on and he just looked a bit like
Drained.
well, drained. Yeah. And everyone said afterwards, oh, he looks miserable. I went, well,
Yeah. Again, obviously, I've been a bit critical on him this season. At times, I don't think he was good enough. Like I said, for me, he's trying to be that Maddison role. He's trying to be more creative. But again, this is why I say I don't think indeed he suits the role he's in, because he just hasn't got the passing ability for that attacking midfield role. Obviously, I know it's an 8, not a 10, but
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. It's always.
But that's where I think we do need to improve, and that's hopefully maybe where either Sensi or someone like Pratt. For me, I've always said Pratt needs to be in that team because he is going to be the creative guy there.
That happens to me, mate. Every time I say a 10, someone says, "Oh, they're not 10s, they're 8s." And then when I say it, they're like, "No, they're more forward than 8s." I'm like, "All right, fucking 8.5." You know what I mean? Just leave me alone. But advanced 8s, I think the correct term is this season I've seen. But yeah. Just final one here. Scott says, Locks, what I've just read, Maresca can give speeches before, during, and at the end of the game. There we go. So the story about Jose, it was true, but maybe it was abroad, actually. It might have been in a different country. So yeah, Reedy, score prediction, mate. Sorry, I don't think you've given it to me yet. Score prediction and who's going to score?
I think Enzo not being on the touchline is not a massive difference, but I think it will hinder us in ways. But I can see us winning it because I think we deserve to beat them at their place. Obviously, unfortunately, we had a massive deflection to go in the net, but I do think we will win. But I think it'll be a tight one, so I'm going to go for a 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, I mean, we'll take it. We'll take anything like that. What you said about Enzo in the stands. Do you remember when Pearson used to sit in there with his earpiece, and he didn't even have a touchline ban. He just sit up there with his earpiece in. Do you remember? So yeah. All right, Reedy, mate. Cheers for coming on. You tell people now about Jamie's show because I always get the time wrong.
It is at what 10 o'clock? No, wait, no, it is 10 o'clock. I keep thinking it's a different time. Yeah, 10 o'clock on Sunday. It will be more of a pre-match because obviously the game is not until after his show. But we'll obviously be talking a lot more about Ipswich and hopefully get a bit of luck going into the game. But like I say, it is what it is every week. 10 o'clock. Just make sure you're there and watch the show.
Yeah, I think I said 9:30 once, but I was getting the 1:30 confused with Phil's show. But all right, mate. Cheers. We'll see you soon anyway. All right.
Yep. See you in a bit.
Really, bye. So we're at the end of the show. Let me know in the comments. Give me your score prediction. Fire them through quickly so I can bring them up on screen. If you want, let me know who you think will score the first goal too. Tom says game management helped us get relegated, and we need ASAP to wise up. We can have all the talent in the world, but we can have all the talent and promise, but we are naive at crucial moments and continue to be. Let's hope we acquire some experience should we continue this brilliant season. Sorry to be negative, chaps. Yeah, it's your opinion, Tom. I don't think we need anyone else personally, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, it definitely wouldn't hurt to have somebody else. Sensi might be a good signing for us. Who knows? Will he play in that 6 role where Winks is, or will he play in the advanced 8 roles where Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi have been? I have no idea. Score predictions. Here we go. Terence Gardner says 2-0. Jonathan says 2-1 to Leicester. Trevor Rose says 3-2. Craig Gilbert says 1-0 City. Justin to score first. Another screamer, maybe. Moby says 1-1. Bubba Tolerico says 3-2. Cannon scores first. Dorco says 0-0. A point wouldn't be too bad. Absolutely, Dorco. Absolutely. I'm surprised you didn't say Ipswich to win because you are normally quite negative. No offense. That's not a dig. I'm just saying. But no. Chris as well. Sorry, he says 2-1. 2-1 to Leicester. I'm guessing he means to Leicester. And then there's a reply to Nick's 5-0 prediction. If we're at it, Trevor says 5-0. Are you drunk? Are you drunk? Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the show, guys. If you can just do me one big favor, please just drop a like and subscribe. I nearly forgot to subscribe. Hit a like button if you're on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. If you're on YouTube, just hit subscribe, please. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. You just hit the button. That's it, done. And if you hit the bell as well, you'll get notified when we're live. Because sometimes it's random. I do a show on a Thursday. Sometimes it's at 8 o'clock. Sometimes it's at 7. Sometimes it's at 6. Hit the bell button and you'll always be notified when I'm going live. But yeah, as always, hope you have a nice weekend. Hopefully we win on Monday. And as always, come on, you foxes.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everards, Barlow Blinds, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hollogram, Take Me, Newby Co, The Fox's Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit leicesterfantv.com for all the latest news, views and videos.